And I take the privilege to request Professor Upendra Pathi, Chairman of the Conference and Director of IMS Utkal University, to kindly present the welcome address.
Jai Jagannath, Namaskar, good morning. I welcome you all to the second edition of ICICH 2023, the Kalinga Southeast Asia the Civilizational Linkages International Conference, Bhubaneswar, Odisha. So we have with us our Honorable Chief Guest, Dr. Binay Sahasrabudhe, the President, Indian Council of Cultural Relations, and esteemed guest of honor, Madam Professor Shanti Sri Dhulipudi Pandit, Honorable Vice Chancellor, Jawaharlal Nehru University, New Delhi. And we have with us our distinguished guest of honor, Professor Dr. Chantun Thuy, Deputy Director General, Institute of Royal Academy, Cambodia. And we have with us our distinguished esteemed speaker, the keynote speaker of this inaugural session, Professor Smriti Kumar Sarkar, former Vice Chancellor, Bardhaman University. Sir, we welcome you, sir, to this second edition of the International Conference of ICICH, to this session, sir, inaugural session. And we have with us the convener of this international conference, Professor Dr. Patita Pavan Mishra, former professor, Sambalpur University, and an eminent scholar on Southeast Asia. And we have with us Professor Dr. Chandi Prasad Nanda, the Dean and Department Head, Gati Shakti Vishwavidyalaya Central University, and also the Chairman of the One Asia Foundation with us. And esteemed guests and the scholars, I welcome you all to this second edition of the International Conference on Kalinga Southeast Asia Civilizational Linkages. We have many scholars, and it will take number times to address them. Particularly, I can address, we have with us Dr. Bhajan Kumar, Professor Prakash Sadangi, Professor Udaynath Sahu, Professor Nishamani Kar, Professor Amiya Patnaik, and many more scholars from Nepal, Sri Lanka, and Indonesia, Professor Binay Kumar Mishra. I welcome you all, along with all our delegates and participants, to this international conference. Friends, I am very happy to tell you all, we are passing this Amrit Kal. The India is celebrating the 75 years of the rich independence, the Amrit Kal we are all passing. Also, it is a privilege for all Indians. The country is leading G20 presidency under the able leadership of our Honorable Prime Minister. During this time, and we are planning to have this international conference here in Bhubaneswar. Friends, India today is exploring the lost cultural roots and missing links with the outside world, especially in the context of its profound cultural, historical, commercial relations with the countries around it for the last 2,500 years. Though it is lagging behind China in economic powers, it has the experience of guiding world in the intellectual, ideological, and cultural domains. Our Santhas and Mahantas and Bhikkhus have been the torchbearer and enlightened the world regarding India and its cultural heritage. On the eve of India holding the presidency from December 1st, 2022 to November 30, 2023 of G20, the premier objective now is to shape and strengthen global architecture and governance in all major international issues. As you all know, the theme of India's G20 presidency is Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam, one earth, one family, one future. The most important moral value of the Maha Upanishad, above the Vedantic thoughts, advocates the cause of holistic development and respect for all life forms, an extension of the ancient Indian concept. This idea of oneness, of being subscribes to harmony when many are restored to some unity. Despite all superficial diversity, our life in illusion must experience and endure the feeling of oneness through love brought about amongst all the nations, castes, colors, and the creeds. The people of Odisha, the ancient Kalinga, believes that for 2,800 years, these southeastern islands groups were close contact with the Kalinga people. Along with traffic, commodity exchange, there was also the ideological and cultural exchange between Kalinga and these island groups in the Kalinga Sagar. As stated, Balijatra commemorates the rich maritime history of Odisha and its ancient trade affairs with Southeast Asia and Sri Lanka. So in these 3 days conference, international conference, we have invited scholars and the experts to deliberate these things during this conference. Particularly, on behalf of the organizing committee from the conference side, I invite and welcome the scholars from different countries, Southeast Asia like India, Indonesia, Singapore, Thailand, Cambodia, Philippines, Laos, Malaysia, Vietnam, and Sri Lanka to attend this conference. They have also, keeping our request, they have also joined with us. Some of the scholars have agreed to join this conference in hybrid mode and virtual mode, and they will deliberate. Certainly we will expect with your deliberations and exchange of ideas, the future of this international conference. You all will set the tone of this international conference along with its future course of action. During these 3 days in conference, we have 5 plenary sessions focused on the historiography of India and Southeast Asia with special reference to Kalinga, the Indianization process, the literature, folklore, monuments, sports, and evidence of cultural linkages, archaeological excavations, and findings as evidence of commercial relations will be the focus of discussion during this conference. Also, trade and commerce and medieval modern India, Indian diaspora in Southeast Asia, the contemporary scenario, India's Act Policy, East Policy, look at East Policy, geopolitics, and Indo-Pacific region, and the Asian Union. So these are the major areas where our invited scholars and the speakers and the session chairs will focus. I hope those you have joined with us, keeping lot of friends coming all along the long way to Bhubaneswar city to join this conference. I hope you all will leave this conference with a very rich, memorable things to your own nation and to your own country also with these rich ideas. And I hope your contribution and support will help us to take this journey ahead when we will plan for the 3rd edition of this international conference. And lastly, I welcome you all to this 2nd international conference in Bhubaneswar. With these words, I thank you all and I pray Lord Jagannath to bless you all and enjoy your 3 days deliberations and stay over here in the temple city of Bhubaneswar. Jai Jagannath.